Hello, my friends, and welcome to the third International Integral European Conference. Dozens and dozens of the finest integral scholars and practitioners from around the world will be here for a series of truly exciting presentations on the what, how, and why of an authentic integral approach to the world's potentials and problems. Let me briefly tell you about my presentation. Anybody who is a student of history cannot possibly miss one of the major shifts in history itself. Over the past century or so, the number of people in Northern Europe, for example, who profess to seriously believe in God has dropped from a high of almost 95% during the Middle Ages to a stunning low in today's modern world of less than 11%. It dropped from 9 in 10 people to a mere 1 in 10 people. What on earth happened? Well, in order to understand this, it's necessary, according to integral meta theory, to realize that human beings actually have two very important but very different types of developmental processes that they undergo. These are called waking up and growing up. Waking up refers to a relatively rare experience given names like enlightenment, awakening, metamorphosis, satori, moksha, the great liberation. It's the direct experience of what is said to be an ultimate ground of all being, a unio mystica, a divine oneness, an ultimate unity consciousness. The path of waking up is a process of completely transcending and moving beyond the separate self-sense, the ego, in order to find what is said to be a true self and ultimate reality. The number of people pursuing a path of waking up is always relatively small, usually no more than around 10% of the population, if that. It's the other developmental pathway, that of growing up, that has shown the great dramatic change. This developmental pathway refers not to any ultimate reality or ground of all being, but to the stages of growth and development that the relative self goes through as it matures and evolves. These stages have names like the archaic stage, to the impulsive magic stage, to the mythic literal, the rational modern, the multicultural postmodern, to the systemic integral. Most of the common forms of conventional religion were founded in a millennia or two BCE, when the average stage of growing up for humanity in general was the mythic literal stage. And it's called mythic literal because the religious myths are taken literally. Moses really did part the Red Sea. Lot's wife really was turned into a pillar of salt. Noah's Ark really happened, and so on. And it's this growing up portion of human evolution that has most visibly changed over the years, so that today most people have at least some of their multiple intelligences at a rational, modern, or multicultural postmodern stage. And thus the percentage of the population at a mythic literal stage has dropped profoundly, and hence the percentage of people who believe in such mythic literal religions has also plummeted. But with this sharp reduction in the acceptance of a mythic religion founded in a relatively low stage of growing up, it's important not to completely toss out the path of waking up. Because waking up shows us something like a ground of all being. It's said to be eternal, timeless, and ever-present.